Good evening, my dear audience. Welcome to yet another session of Getty Live Talk. And we have a very special guest with us, which is Miss Mitushi Negi. She is currently working as primary headmistress at Central Academy, Indranagar, from our very own city, Lucknow. She is into teaching and learning since last 21 years and have successfully worked as coordinator, supervisor, headmistress, quality analyst, and guidance in charge in some of the renowned educational institutions. She is a trained storyteller from Katalya Institute, have conducted mindfulness trainings, storytelling sessions for young learners. She is committed to her work and believes there is no better time than being in the present. So, with this, I hand over the stage to Miss Mitushi Negi. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and I'm elated to be at this platform. And to the viewers and whoever is going to watch it, I know that we all keep on saying that mindfulness we should have where we are, our mind should be at that place. So, for a layman, this is my topic, and I would like to begin as ma'am told me that I am a storyteller. So, I would like to begin with a small story. Many of you have must heard also, but today I am going to recite it or tell you in the context of mindfulness. So, in a forest, a pregnant deer is about to give birth. She finds a remote grass field near a strong flowing river. This place seems to be safe for her. Suddenly, labor pain begins. And at the same moment, dark clouds gather around above, and lightning starts a forest fire. She looks to her left and sees that there is a hunter with his bow extended pointing at her. To her right, she spots a hungry lion approaching her. What can a pregnant deer do? She is in a labor. Now, what will happen? Will she survive? Will she give birth to a fawn? Or will everything will be burned by the forest fire? Will she perish to the hunter's arrow? Now. She has nothing that she can do. So she can only focus on one thing. And she decides that she should give birth to the young one. And suddenly, what happens? There is again thunder and rain starts. And with the noise, with the hustle and bustle around, the hunter loses his like he was very concentrated, so he loses his concentration, and the arrow which he was about to strike misses the chance, and it goes straight away to the lion. And the lion is also like, what has happened? And he runs away, and the rainfall starts, and the forest fire goes away. And then, in amidst that chaos, the deer gives birth to a young one, a young fawn. So here we learn that she could have died, she could have become a food for the lion, or she could have perished with the forest fire. It was only that she chose at that very moment that whatever might happen, I need to give only one thought into my mind, and that is mindfulness. I need to be mindful, and then you see, even the benevolent universe helped her. So this is why I always say, and not only I, many people are there in this world who are talking about mindfulness. And in reality, Mr. John Cobalt, he began this to reduce the stress in people. He was a practicing person who used to do research, and he did this research, and he came out with a theory that is named as mindfulness. Being mindful. Mindful means to be present in the very moment. Wherever we are, we have to be present in that moment. So, my dear fellow listeners, I only want to say that, like that deer, there are lots of things in our life which are going on at one time. We have to be only mindful for a thing and be present at that very moment, wherever we are, with all our body, mind, thought, and soul. So, I would now begin with the PPT, and my first PPT goes here. As I have been introduced to you all, my topic today is benefits of mindfulness in education. Since I am associated with primary education, so I would I would like to emphasize here that since the early age, we should sow the seeds of mindfulness. Mindfulness, as you all can read what is there on the slide, is the quality of being present and fully engaged with whatever we are doing at the moment. So right now I'm speaking to you with all my thought, with all my presence, with the at this moment that I am here and I have to talk about this topic. When I say that mindfulness is the quality of being present, anybody can question me that, ma'am, don't you think that you are physically present here? Physical presence is a mere, uh, like, a, I should say that a shell. We need to be present from our mind and from our soul to any place, to any occasion, to any feeling. We need to be at the moment. So that is called to being mindful. So my second slide tells you that it is very like a cliche thing that be mindful. I don't have any inverted commas to say that once you are mindful, you are protected from all the feelings of fear, anxiety, grief. Nothing. No, it is not a rocket science, but it offers a tool to navigate these emotions. Day and night, time and again, we all are human beings. At this very moment, you and me and all others, we keep on going through different emotions. At the same time, we can be angry, and after a while, we can start smiling on something which comes across. So, we are human beings. That is why we are human beings. We have a bundle of emotions to navigate. And the basic thing is we keep on running from that. So, we are mindful, we are going to recognize our emotions. Right now, I'm happy that I'm on this platform. I'm talking to you. I'm talking about my favorite subject, mindfulness. Now, I'm not worried at all that how I'm appearing, how my talk will appear, or who is listening to me. Come on, that is not my job. Mindful, with full mind, with full concentration, I am here to deliver this thought, to share a thought that being mindful and teaching it since early years, since the inception, can really do miracles. See, we are the people who are acquiring this. I have learned from somewhere. I heard, I learned, I practiced. But when a child is given this dose, this theory, the one who propagated this theory, the people who are practicing, it is said that they have one thing only in their mind, that begin at the early age, and then it is going to be very, very fruitful. So, my other slide, I'm going to tell you how to be mindful. There is a wave practice. I call it a wave. Many people call it a wave. A wave practice to inculcate mindfulness. W, I say, welcome whatever is there. Welcome what is bubbling up. In fact, invite it in. As an adult, I can suggest, I can say that at any time, whatever you are feeling, do not resist it. Resistance means suffering. जब हम किसी चीज से भागते हैं, when we are running from something, we won't gain anything. So, as an adult, as a teacher, as an educator, as a people who are behind the scenes, those who are managing the school or the policy makers, we all need to understand that resistance means suffering. We categorize children, we categorize people. It's okay. Everybody is different. We are molded, we are like shaped with our uh, surroundings, by our surroundings, and something destiny also plays a role. Our education plays a role. There are n number of things, but then there should be no resistance. What is coming, feel it fully. Now, second point is A, accept and feel what your body is experiencing. Allow all your emotions to rise and fall and feel it fully. Now, suppose I'm talking to you and I have a nagging pain. Suddenly, a nagging pain starts uh, somewhere in my body. Then, also, mindfully, with the presence of my mind, I can tell that organ that it's okay, I am with you. I accept this and wholeheartedly I am with you. And I'll give you time. I listen to you. Why this thing is cropping up? What is behind that? So, acceptance. First is we have to welcome whatever is there, then we have to accept it. Then the third is we value the enormity of these unprecedented experiences, learn and grow. See, if a child will not fall, he will never learn to stand. In the same way as an adult, each day has a different experience for us. We have to learn and we have to grow. So, when we all know that the time which we are right now will become tomorrow, sorry, will become a yesterday, and again we are going to jump towards the tomorrows. So, we are oscillating between the yesterdays and tomorrows. We forget to live the today. So we need to be in today. And then last is embrace yourself in any way you can. In any way, you have to embrace it, whether it is your pain or pleasure. You have to. And kindness is the best medicine. When we say gratitude, affirmations, these all things sound ki bas haan karne ko bola ja raha hai. But once we embrace it, we feel the feeling fully. We accept it and we move ahead. We surge ahead. We charge ahead. Nothing like it. So, a wave practice I suggest you W, A, V, and E. Moving on ahead to our next slide. The application of mindfulness in schools is aimed at calming and relaxation of students as well as educators to build compassion and empathy for others. That's true. Why do we need to be happy? Why do we need to be mindful in schools? Because school is a place where the journey of a person begins. As a toddler, a person comes, and whether any school you go, you will come as a toddler and you will go as an young adolescent or young adult, I must say, 17, 18 years, young boy or young girl. So, whatever is being taught in that period, accept your lessons, the values, the moral lectures you get, the empathy, the building of various skills, that is much more important. That is why a person who is teaching, who is the like you teachers are said to be gods. Why? Because a young student mirrors the teacher. And meri ma'am ne ye kaha, she did that, she was like this. So it means that as an educator, we have a very solid role to play when we say that we have to develop the kids. We have to build compassion, we have to build empathy. It is all a lifelong process. Nobody can be an empath or compassionate in a day's time. Small episodes, small incidents in the school, they have a large bearing. Like a young child, if he gets a teacher, suppose he keeps telling that, ma'am, this has happened or that has happened, and the teacher says, come on, I don't have time for all this. So, what we are teaching him or her, we are telling the child that it's okay, ignore your feelings. As a teacher, we have definitely a time constraint. We have to teach also, the syllabus is also there, and blah, blah, blah. So many things are there. But we can be compassionate. We can tell the child, okay, child, surely I'll hear you. Right now, we can do the lessons. Or let's complete it and I'll give you a 1 minute's time. I must say that in a period of 40 minutes or 35 minutes. I know it is not every child does not ask you for a minute. And even if he or she is asking, definitely as an educator, we have to be resilient enough and we should know how to say no also, so that we are also mindful and we teach mindfulness to the child. We can tell that be mindful right now, be where you are. We are doing the lessons, and whatever feelings you have, please feel it fully, and we are going to talk about it. So, I would say that, as we all know, that positive feeling, being mindful means positive. We can also say it is a positive psychology. So, as a psychologist, as mindfulness experts, as cognitive behavior therapy, which many people propound, the best approach which we can have is to be mindful. Now, moving to our next slide, I would like to add that how what benefits you have when you are mindful. The first and foremost thing is a child can have a better grade when the child is mindful. And emotion regulation, that which is a, I think we all, it is said that we Indians are loud, garish. You know why? Because if we are happy, we'll shout and we'll show our happiness to somebody. We are sad and then we like sometimes, like we have different way of showing our emotions. So we definitely need to regulate our emotions at any age, at any time. And nothing is better than the young age. Better behavior. School is a temple where we are going to become better persons. So being mindful will certainly bring out the best behavior in a child. Greater empathy and perspective taking. Looking with a broad frame towards the world and having a better perspective. Better social skills. We have seen, we come across many children, and as a parent or as an educator, you are going to, I think you'll be saying yes to me that many children, many adults, maybe they are very good in studies, maybe they are somebody, but then they lack the social skills, and that is a big lacuna. It is imperative for the growth. And last but not the least, every child is being put to test of anxiety of the tests. This is quarterly, this is half yearly, this is that, this is this. As a parent, as a teacher, as a society, as an institution, on a small child or on a grown up, there's a lot of pressure. And we cannot tell anybody that, okay, it's okay. Because if 10th results are not there, 12th results are not there, then again, the same grinding is there, what the child will become. So, as an adult, as a parent, we feel that we are very, like, we have a very important role to play. But believe me, these kids have a more important role to play. They have much more anxieties than us. It is only that they are not able to tell. And when they grow up and as an adult, there are a lot of problems as an adult which people face. So, less stress. Stress, mindfulness is a very big stress buster. Now, I have talked about all things that this is the benefit, that is the benefit. But then I again say, since childhood, in doses, we need to teach mindfulness. There are ample of ways and like through which we can teach mindfulness. Like I like to share a very small way. When a class is going on, and after 5 or 10 minutes, each child, I can say each child, not more than 2 minutes concentration can be there. After that, it mind wanders. It is okay. We need to tell them that it is perfectly all right. Your mind can go here and there, but we have to teach them the tool. And mindfulness is that tool which can bring back the child into the classroom. So, a very small tip I can give that what I say is like people say time out. I don't say time out because time out is a word which sometimes we use, which are used in schools to punish also, especially in Western schools. It is said that the child is not showing better behavior or his emotions are little disturbed. So give him a time out that for 2 minutes or for 1 minute time out, like you are in your own space or zone. We won't interfere or interrupt. Rather than saying time out, I'll say uh, mindful jar or I would say that mind bell. So we can introduce a bell, and I can show you that bell also, one I have in my home. But I won't say that you all need that Buddha bell or something very enormous to get it. Very simply, any object the teacher can choose, and she'll tell the class that moment you hear this sound, maybe a puja ka bell which you all use in your house, or a mindfulness bowl. It is something like this. It is a bell and a gong, which traditional people or advanced practitioners use to be mindful. To be mindful. But I just have shown you an example. Rather than this, you can anybody can use that puja ka thing also, or a 5 times clap. Like you can tell your class that when I'll clap, you people have to stop whatever you are doing and just focus on your breath. Easy. And see where you're what you are thinking right now, what is going on in your body. So they will zone out for a second, and then you ask them that now give 2 more breaths, relax, and now let's come back to the lesson. Believe me, I won't say that first time you'll get success and all the students will start doing so, but definitely time in and time again, if you teach your class, you will see that. And this is not only applicable to the small classes, in senior sections also. You can choose a child in senior sections if we talk about 6 to 12 or 6 to 10. Every day, a child can be chosen by the teacher that he is the person who is going to be who is carrying the mindfulness bell today. And at any point of time, once in the classroom, of 40 minutes or 35 minutes, whatever you have, he is going to, once he will ring the bell, or once he will give the message that we need to be mindful, let's get back to our breaths. Everybody, including the educator, students, be the janitors who are outside, everybody who is around will stop the work which they are doing, and they will come back to their breath, which is the root of everything. Our breath is the root of everything. So if you want to connect with yourself, that is the best way to connect with your breath. Mindful breathing, that is the first step, easiest one. And you see, you have given power to somebody. I don't say that they won't misuse, but you have limited the scope also. For a minute or so, each and everybody has to be think about the breath. Then you can. This is only a beginning. You can ask them that now you have to move further. See where your thought is, where your mind is wandering. What is that right now you are focusing on? And then you can say gradually cool down, and let's get back to the now, present moment. As an adult or as a child, we also don't know. Now I'm speaking. Many of you, those who are listening, or somehow they will listen after a minute or so, you will say, Pata nahi kya bata rahi hai. But if you are mindful, then certainly you will like to listen, or you will be in the present, and this concept of being in now will surely be accepted by you. It is a very, very simple practice. In formative years, simply you have to tell the children. It is not rocket science that meditate. Meditation is a higher, like with practice, you can achieve. Just you have to say a simple exercise. Breathe in and breathe out as if you are blowing a candle. Any nursery KG, any grade 1 child will be happy to do so. But you don't know what magic you have done. You have brought the child to the root, to the breath. Awareness of breathing, shallow breathing. Usually we all do shallow breathing. So when we are focused, our breath becomes, the span becomes more. And then our mind, our soul, our body all gets relaxed. There are many more ways. You must have seen a simple jar in which you can pour water and you can put some sparkles, and you can just tell your class between a session or how to start begin to be mindful. The children now see this jar. They all will be curious to see. You can say that, see, you can see that these sparkles are floating, children. This is like your mind. जब भी कोई feeling आती है, whenever you are angry, when you are happy, whenever you are sad, like the sparkle, the emotions are flowing in your body. So then you will say watch silently, and you'll see that children are watching, and after some time, as an adult, we all know that that will settle in the bottom, those sparkles. After some time, the movement in the water will stop. So then you have to say, children, after for everything, when you will give a thought, you will be mindful. The clouded emotions, the reactions, this your actions will be little softer. You have to just teach that rather than reacting, children should know how to understand that feeling, and then they have to put their thoughts into action. So, moving on to our next slide, as I discussed with you all, that there are many more benefits. I've just discussed with you few. And as I have written, happy teachers change the world. So, as an educator, if we are happy, we are mindful, definitely we can inculcate all these things in the class. Some simplest techniques, I gave you one or two examples. The body scan. We teach in schools, like particularly if I am told to teach mindfulness, simple zone out, we tell the children to lie down or to sit straight, and then they have to just scan their body, starting from the toe. You have to just tell them, look at your toe, what are you feeling? In this and this very way, we keep on moving to each and every body part. So since beginning, we can tell them body scan. This is very helpful when, as an adult, we have some pain or some agony. Then also this body scan is very helpful. Mindful breathing, as I told you all, that the crux of mindfulness is mindful breathing. The more relaxed breathings you'll do, the more relaxed your approach towards your breath is, the more focused your brain will work. Then mindful awareness of the senses. This also we teach, so that they themselves, children themselves, should be able to understand, okay, my dear friend, don't talk to me right now. My emotions are not very stable. I'm feeling angry. A child should know. As an adult, definitely we should, but a child should be able to recognize, oh yes, right now I am angry, right now I am happy, right now I am sad, something is going on in my body or my mind, or something is perturbing me. So these emotions are guided, and the children are able to be aware of the senses. Then we have guided meditations, which is very, 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 very beneficial for a student or for an adult. Relaxation imagery. uh, when you advance in this, suppose a school is having regular classes of mindfulness indoors, then the relaxation imagery is also practiced, where you have to create an image, like any emotion, you will shape it in a, like you will be told to put it in a balloon. Now you have to feel that that balloon is rising, and that emotion is also rising, and then pop, that balloon goes. And so there are different ways in which this is taught. Written instructions. Yes, we can tell our mind. What are we doing in the school right now? We teach a child about sun, moon, solar system, everything. Sometimes by oral method, sometimes by written method. They mug up, they write. Whatever you write, you are telling the universe to do so. So written instructions are also given. I am mindful, I am peaceful. Affirmations are also taught. That is also a part of mindfulness. And one can practice writing mindful journal at the end of the day before sleeping. Two things, what you are mindful throughout the day, or what, like, there are ways to write the mindful journal. That also channelizes the energy, that also calms the body and mind. So as a teacher, as an educator, or as a mindfulness practitioner, there are, I can vouch that there are a number of ways to practice mindfulness. Please don't think that it is just the breathing. There are different ways. It is a vast topic, and definitely in the field of education, It can do wonders. It can do wonders. Are when it is practiced since childhood, the functioning of the brain, the synapses which we create in the brain, that can definitely be the alpha waves, the beta waves. With being mindful, we can alter, we can change the negative pattern of our brain. So, and education means making a wholesome person, not only in the terms of reading, writing, or like making a career. Your personality, your aura, your thought process, all can be regulated through mindfulness. All can be regulated through practice of being mindful. So, um, moving ahead, I think I have given this is enough to be mindful for a day for you people also to assimilate whatever I have said. And I'm open for any questions. If anybody has a question, I'm just ready for it. Or at any point of time anybody wants to know more about being mindful, the various techniques, I'm always there. So,
Thank you so
Dr.
much,
Zainab,
Mithushi ma'am. Thank you so much. It was such an enlightening session. Like I was engrossed. You were telling like the body scan thing. I was scanning my sitting like backstage, and I was scanning my body. Such an enlightening and I would say relaxing session. So, like
yes.
my question from you is, how
Yeah,
mindfulness can help to better the grades? Like
definitely, ma'am.
how? Yeah.
As a teacher, as in the field of education, you know that children have their own anxieties. Some children they do not want to, as we say, not use different. Some are kinesthetic learners. Some are like different kind of learning uh, patterns are there. In the same way, whatever, ma'am, like when the mind is at peace, when you are about when you are like as a teacher, as an educator, you are able to enter the faculties of the mind, definitely the grades will be, see, as I know that CIS, it has a very different way of teaching also. And at Getty also, you people are doing like, I keep on listening to all the talks and all. So many things are there which are there in the world, in the field of teaching, in the field of learning, which still we need to explore or learn. In the same way, through mindfulness also, those who are practicing, definitely, ma'am, the practitioners of mindfulness, their mind pattern, their waves of the mind, that also becomes calm. And at any time, you know, when we are calm, when we are ready for something, when a child is ready to take the lesson, he is in the present. Most of the time, some children are dreamers, you know, half of the time they are dreaming in the class. As you know, Dr. Janab, that to get the attention of the children, when they are mindful, their attention span will increase. And definitely, the they don't need to mug up, understanding will increase. So it all becomes easier for increasing the grade also. And it is a both way practice. Even a teacher, maybe a mindful educator will tell you that okay, 70% grade is also okay, but definitely I find this new is coming up in the child. He's ready for so many things. So with the grades, the personality enhancement is also there. That is the role of being mindful.
Thank you, Mithushi ma'am.
Thank you
And
so
I
much.
would like to thank you wholeheartedly. And I would like to thank my audience who have been through with us throughout this session. So, Global Education and Training Institute is committed to transform education. And by how do we transform? We transform it by transforming teaching practices. So, do watch out for our trainings. We are having many training programs, and we shall be launching pre-service teachers training program in April 2021, and a variety
Sure.
of in-service training programs shall follow. So for on any detail, visit our website www.gettylearn.org or call 740-801-0000. So with this, I would like to end this session of today, and thank you so much, Mithushi ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, and may you all have a mindful life ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you.